Would you like to set and open your trading positions fast and easy? Then watch this short video. Hi traders, I'm Szilárd Károly. I invent Forex robots and trading tools for the MetaTrader trading platform. All my tools, including some really nice and free trading stuffs, can be get on my website www.expertusalvarez.com. Here now, I'm going to show you a smart package of tools that helps your manual trading while you are trading a risk-managed trend following strategy. The package consists of two tools. One of them is an indicator that helps to prepare the trade details while you are watching the chart and waiting for a good trading signal. The other is the action tool, a script that promptly opens the position with all the desired settings. The goal here is to save time and remove the stress that usually may come with opening a properly set trading position on the MetaTrader platform. What do I mean when I say a properly set position? When you're trading a risk-managed trend-following strategy, then there are several factors that you have to take in consideration. To handle all of them takes quite a time and effort from the trader. These efforts can be eliminated by using Risk Assistant, but let's see first what are the factors to be considered. The factors are basically, first, risk per trade. How much of your capital you would like to risk in one trading position. There are different approaches. Usually the thumb rule is to take 1% risk in one trade. This means that if the market would move against your position and your stop loss would be hit, then the loss generated from this action is amounting 1% of your trading equity. But anyway, I have to suppose that those who are watching this video, you are quite aware of the basics of each expression of the risk-managed trend following strategy, and I also want to save time for you who already know the details of these strategies. You are here to know a tool that helps your trading, not to learn strategies. So in the following, let me not to go in details of the strategy, just walk around the factors of this trading strategy. The second factor is where to put the stop loss level and the target level of the to be opened order. Usually we look for supports and resistances on the chart to do this. So we check price information of these support and resistance levels. Then, using the price information we took from the chart, we calculate the stop loss and take profit distances from market. We have to count whether a possible trade could serve more reward when winning than risk when losing. So we subtract the corresponding prices and divide these two amounts. This way, the risk-reward ratio is calculated. If the risk-reward is under your limit of trading rules, you cannot open a position, but it may happen that while moving away the market can move the risk-reward ratio above your limit. But you have to do a whole recalculation in order to calculate it. You may have noticed that we are quite into calculations and still not ended. Do you have enough time to do all this while watching the market? Are you prepared to the stress coming with all of this? But as I said, there is still an important factor to be calculated for an appropriate risk-managed trade. This factor is the position size. Considering the amount at risk and the stop loss distance, we can calculate how many lots we should open in order not to risk more than our trading rule loss percentage in case of a stop loss. Before, I used a smart Excel sheet for this task. Now I use Risk Assistant. Some traders do the Excel way, some print out pre-calculated sheets and check the rows and columns. But all this process is also something time-consuming and stressful, while you still have to have one eye on the market. After all this trouble, you still don't have your trading position. Let's assume that finally your open signal comes and you decide to open a position. You go to the open trade interface and carefully type a calculated lot size and the stop loss and take profit levels. And then you have to double check all, since it may happen that you have mistyped something. When all okay, then finally you can click buy or sell as desired. It may happen that in this hurry you accidentally click the other button and sold instead of buying, or bought instead of selling. It's not common, of course, but in stress it may happen. To summarize, there is quite a lot of tasks that are associated with a correctly opened trading position when you trade risk-managed trend following strategy. But from now, all these are past things if you are using Risk Assistant Indicator and its open script. With Risk Assistant Indicator and its open script, all to do is just setting two lines on the screen and running a script on the chart. That's it. Okay, let me show you how. With the packages installed, Risk Assistant is found in Custom Indicators section of the Navigator menu, while Open%Risk script is found in the Script section. I have put these sweeties into my favorites folder in order to further enhance the use of them. Okay, let's see how do this work. Here is my chart trending somehow. Maybe soon a trade should be opened on this pair. Chart is not totally correct now, of course, but for a demonstration it's quite okay. To make things easier, the indicator has to be placed on the chart in advance. So now I drag and drop Risk Assistant to the chart. I see the settings panels first. If my risk setting is 1%, generally, then I can leave all settings default. If not, then I might change the first setting to my risk level. Now I leave it 1%. Second setting is about opening a pending order or a market order. By default, the indicator script package opens market order. That is why pending is set to false. If you would change this setting to true, then a pending order should be opened. Now leave it also default. Other settings are about convenience. Colors, the text sizes and distances, etc. Okay, so we click OK, leave it all default. Risk Assistant standing by. You can see that we have two lines, one for the to be set stop loss and one for the to be set take profit. Since we can visually identify the desired stop loss and take profit levels, just drag the lines to these positions. Now I drag take profit, let's say here, and stop loss, let's say, come on, let's say here. Okay, now here on the screen we can see that Risk Assistant does all the necessary calculations tick by tick according to our lines and to the very current market price. We can check here the risk to reward ratio and the risk percent we want to trade and the corresponding lot size of the to be open position if we would open our position now. Under that, there is information of the risk and reward amounts expressed in your account currency. This amount would I win and this would I lose in the different trade situations. These calculations are made automatically. You don't have to do anything after you have set your lines. Just like a good fisherman, wait for your signal. Let's suppose that it's time to open our position. Then it's time to run our open script to do all the job for us. The script detects the positions of our lines and from the line position it decides whether a long or short position should be opened. On the other hand, the script asks the lot size and the stop loss and the take profit levels for the position from Risk Assistant and gets all this data to take action, all automatically, fast, easy and reliable. You just tick, drag and drop Open%Risk to the chart and that's it. All done. The position is opened. In the info window, you can check that the position size and the take profit and stop loss levels are those that were calculated before. Or you can also check this by moving your lines away. Below them, you can find the stop loss and take profit lines that MetaTrader draws on the window. All done, fast and easy. No mess, no calculations on your side. No stress, no mistypings. This is the power of the Risk Assistant indicator and script package. Of course, if you don't remove the indicator but keep it on your chart, then you can open further positions later with the same method. For example, in case you would decide to open an opposite position later, you just drag the lines to the desired places. Of course, now these places are not really meaningful. Consider them just for demonstration. You can see the position details changed. Now we drag and drop open script again. Bang! Done. An opposite position is open with the indicated details. All with the same Y script. In case you would decide to use a different risk percent per trade, you may then go to the right click, indicators list, select Risk Assistant and edit. And you can change the percent figure here. For example, now we get greedy and risk 5% per trade. I don't recommend to do it anyway. This is just demonstration now. Don't do it at home. By the way, here, clicking delete, you can also remove the indicator if you would prefer not to keep it on screen continuously. But no, we just did the risk changes. Okay, I click close. You can see that Risk Assistant is reset now. After all changes of trading environment, like changing indicator properties or changing the time frame of the chart, the indicator lines are reset to starting positions. Now I set the trade parameters for my greedy 5% position. Let's see here. And this here. Here on the side panel, you can see that this would be the new position size, and these are the reward and risk amounts. Okay, this is just demonstration, so we don't care too much. I cannot wait anymore. I want to open the position now. Drag and drop, and bang. You can see that my new nice big position is opened. So long for playing around. You can see that by using this powerful tool in a wise way, you can make your trading fast and easy, with no stress and mess. You can get Risk Assistant package now by visiting our website. Just click Tools in the menu and find Risk Assistant. Or type www.expertusareas.com/riskassistant in your browser. Visit the site and grab your copy now for a mere amount of $24. I'm sure that Risk Assistant is going to pay for you in time, convenience, and confidence, as did it for me, and as it did for lots of fellow traders whose testimonials you can read on the website. Among others, one of the top Hungarian traders who is my trading master also endorsed Risk Assistant. Check all out on the site and get your Risk Assistant today. Okay traders, see you soon. Be careful with your trading, and let me say goodbye with the phrase that I learned from one of my favorite traders. Happy and healthy trading.